What's up guys, it's Paraly5er here, and yesterday we did indeed get another new Grounded teaser, as you can see on the screen. But before we get into that, I just want to say that the last video was of course an April Fool's, so anyone who fell for that, just a reminder, that wasn't real. There's not actually a Minecraft texture pack coming to Grounded. It was all a joke. I did that using mods. You used to be able to mod the game in previous versions, so I just put some textures in that used to exist that people had created, and made that video right there. But yes, this new teaser was posted by Grounded yesterday on their Twitter. It says, tap the GIF to see which weapon in Fully Yoked Edition is yours, and you click it, it pauses the GIF, and you get a weapon. Now, obviously, just doing that is not very useful for me, so I downloaded it, put it into my editing software, and we're going to look through it frame by frame to analyze every single weapon in the video. First up here, we have something that I had suggested for a long time that I wanted to come to the game, and it looks like it's finally happening. We have a sour Sledgehammer. I'm assuming that's what this weapon is going to be called. This is not a version of the Mint Mace. This is a different weapon completely to the Mint Mace. This is a sour Sledgehammer, as you can see. It's made with sour candies, clearly. It's a sour weapon. The armor the character has on here, by the way, is irrelevant. It's the same armor throughout the video, and none of it's new. This is the fluffy pupa hat and the moth armor. Don't know what the handle's made from, maybe pine cones or splinters. It looks pretty wooden to me, but there is also new resources in the new update apparently, so that maybe is what it's going to take to craft these new weapons. But clearly it is a sour Sledgehammer, and I can go through this by frame to see everything. So next up, we have a spicy mace. This is the Mint Mace, but a spicy variation. We're already going to know what this one's going to do. Obviously, this is going to be just a spicy version of the Mint Mace. I'm assuming it's going to have an AoE effect, similar to the one the Mint Mace has, but instead it'll be a spicy AoE that might cause burn to the enemies. Very similar to the spicy staff would be my guess. In terms of an effect for a Sledgehammer, I'm hoping that the Sledgehammer can hit multiple enemies with one swing. That would be really, really good. Obviously, it'll do busting damage, which will be really, really good if you use it with Smasher. Smasher's a really good mutation, but unfortunately, because the hammers in the game are so bad, it doesn't really get the potential to shine through, whereas with this kind of hammer, it potentially would. Don't know what the special ability of this could be. However, it could be some sort of AoE effect again, or it could be like some sort of stun, probably. It's probably going to have a really high stun value. Then we have this pickaxe right here, which I predicted actually in the last teaser they gave us, that in that image it was going to be a pickaxe, because you couldn't fully see the weapon. It actually is a pickaxe. Again, this looks like it could be made from like weed stems maybe, or like, I don't know, it's kind of hard to say, maybe burrs, pine cones, that sort of stuff. This looks more salty, I'm going to be honest. It's really white, there's not any bluish tinge to it, so it looks like a salty pickaxe of some kind. Hopefully this can break quartzite, or maybe there's new resources we need it to break, like the new candies, which are going to be in New Game Plus, but maybe there's like new rocks as well in New Game Plus that you can only break with a pickaxe. Would make a lot of sense. Looking forward to this weapon. Again, don't really know if this would be any good as an actual weapon for fighting enemies, or if it was, what kind of special ability it would have. Kind of hard to say, to be honest. Not really sure, but any ideas, leave them in the comments as always. Clearly another two-handed weapon as well. Then we have this other weapon here. This is the Jalapeno. This was shown off in the original 1 hour long teaser showcase that they did. So we already know what this is. We don't know what special ability it has yet again, but I don't think it's going to be a variation of the Mint Mace, considering we have the Spicy Mace right here. So I think it's a completely separate weapon entirely, which is interesting. We're getting quite a lot of new models here, as you can see, which is very, very cool. Then next we have this axe again, which, again, this is different to the Fresh Edge, which is later here in the video. As you can see, this is the Fresh Edge, which is the Sour Battle Axe variation. I think we all know is going to be really, really good, especially against the Infected Broodmother when you put Chopper with it. But the main weapon we have here, this is a brand new weapon using probably the New Game Plus version of the Mint Candies, which someone suggested a cool name for them, like Blizzard Bites or Blizzard Bombs or something like that, in the comments of one of the last videos, which I thought was very, very cool. But we'll have to wait and see what they're actually called. But it's going to be some sort of blizzard or snow-themed candy. And this is, again, another new weapon. It's a two-handed axe, hopefully better than the Fresh Edge, but then, like, what's the point of having two two-handed axes? Maybe it's tier 4, I don't know. I don't know if any of these weapons are going to be tier 4. We know that the Jalapeno isn't. This is only tier 3 because they showed it off in the showcase. And then we have this weapon here. Now, this is going to be an Ant Queen weapon, I will tell you right now, because the gems on it are from the Ant Queen. Those are the gems you saw when they befriended the Ant Queen, the Fire Ant Queen. That's what they got. There's also black and red on the handle there, which makes me think if you want to get this, you have to befriend all 3 ant queens. You get 3 different ingredients which are needed to craft this, along with some sour globs of some kind. This is like a sour, not scimitar, but like a sour blade of some kind. There's a specific name for the type of blade that I can't remember off the top of my head. But this thing is going to be really, really strong by the looks of it. It might actually be a tier 4 weapon is my prediction, because it's going to involve you like interacting with all of the ant queens on the map, and it is also sour. No clue what its special ability will be, but I predict it's going to be a very, very, very strong weapon, and it looks very cool. I can't wait to try it out, that's for sure. Especially with Blade Master being so good, it's going to be a very good weapon indeed. I also have a feeling this is like a rebranded version of the lizard weapon that was in the game files at one point and got removed, and now they've changed it into like an ant queen weapon, but I could be wrong there, but I feel like I've seen this in the game files somewhere before. Then we have the Sour Katana. We obviously already knew this was going to be in the game. This is a variation of the Spicy Katana. It's tier 3. Don't think I need to say much more than that. It's going to have the same special ability as the Katana, where when you parry, it gives you like a special effect, makes you deal more damage for a limited amount of time, but very cool to see it nonetheless. And then obviously the Fresh Edge, going to be the exact same as the Sour Battle Axe, except it's called the Fresh Edge. It's a fresh version, and it's going to have the same ability, I'm guessing, where after the 3rd hit of a combo, it is going to trigger like a speed up effect that's going to work. Turns out there's actually a bunch of weapons in the GIF that aren't showing up when I do it frame by frame, which literally makes no sense. But that's just life, I guess. So we do have a sour version of the Mint Mace right here. Just as I expected, I think when you do a 3-hit combo, it's going to do a special ability that's going to be to do with the sour staff, like very similar, with like a sour effect that goes out around you, or like it shoots a sour ball in some random direction. Very, very cool. We have the spicy variation of the Sour Battle Axe. Again, going to be a very, very strong weapon. It's going to replace my Spicy Termite Axe, that is for sure. Going to be, again, one of the best weapons in the game, hands down, because the Sour Battle Axe is already the best. But obviously there's going to be a lot of new weapons in this update, so maybe those will be even better than the Sour Battle Axe somehow, which is just crazy to even think, because that weapon is already insanely OP. We have this two-handed axe right here, which looks very cool. Not exactly sure what this weapon's going to be based around or called. It looks like a two-handed like battle axe, like I say. It looks very, very cool. Not sure how you're going to craft this. This does have a red gem in the top, whereas we had one before that had blue gems. So maybe this one is going to be killing the ant queens. You have to kill all 3 to get the resources to make this one, perhaps. I'm not too sure, but it looks very, very cool. It's a very cool weapon design. And then finally, we have this big sword. We've seen this in quite a few of the trailers so far. It is definitely mint flavor, 100%. It is a mint flavored sword. It looks very, very, very strong, and I can't wait to use it against whatever enemies are weak to it. And yeah, it looks very, very good. So I'm very excited for all these brand new weapons. That's a breakdown of the teaser. That's every single weapon that's in it. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like on it. I will see you in the next Grounded video. Have a great rest of your day.